ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Psalms 25, 4-5. Holla, 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 holla at me. What? Holla at me. What? Holla at me. Yes, holla at your girl. It's your girl holiday season. I'm back with another story time. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click the post notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post. Every time that I post. Anyway, so this is gonna be about a story time about DC, y'all. I know y'all be like, dang, she be really going in on DC, but I feel like I just gotta get all this out because this was like the most toxic time in my life. I felt like this was just insane, right? So this was when he was dating a girl who basically called my phone and was just like, yeah. Basically, he ended up telling me like a year later that the girl was playing on my phone, but he act like he ain't know who it was. Remember? Anyway, it's a story time. I'm gonna go back and look and post what story time you would be watching to watch these, right? So during this time, like we was kind of like always like off and on a little bit, but it was like I could still kind of ask him for something. Like if I needed something, he would come through with it sometimes. So like during this time, me and Rosie riding around, right? So we was at the gas station. At the gas station, I'm putting gas in the car, and like it was cold as hell. Like I used to hate having to put gas in the cold, right? So I felt like I seen the car pass by that was like his car, and like he had like a nice car or whatever. Well, I felt like it was a nice car, right? And I was like, dang, that kind of looked like him. So then the car passed by again. So I'm like, is that him? Because he would do stuff like that, y'all. He would just always do stuff like that. So I'm like, I looked back in the car like shivering cold. I'm like, Rosie, do you think that was DC? She was like, I don't know, but you know how he be popping up, friend. I don't know, is that him? Because we were supposed to go pull up on some other little stuff, right? So I was just like, yeah, and I would hate for him to follow us to the other little stuff house, right? So I was like, I wonder, is that him? I was like, I should hit him up. But when I hit him up, it's kind of like he gonna want to link, right? So all of a sudden, he came up, he pulled up to the pump beside us or whatever. And I was just like, I thought that was you. He was like, yeah, you knew it was me. I was like, I ain't know for sure, but you know, I guess it is you. You here now. He was like, yeah. He was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I got some like kittens at my house or whatever, right? So I'm like, kittens? And y'all, all plans was up. I was like, I want to see the kittens. I want to see the kittens. He was like, not right now. You can't see them right now. So I'm like, why would you tell me that if I can't go see the kittens right now? Because like kittens, I want to see the baby kittens, y'all. This story time gonna kind of blow y'all mind. Because like, it blew my mind a little bit, right? I was just like, after these, I was just like, I'm so done with these things. Like, I cannot. Anyway, so I was like, no, I want to see them right now. I want to see them right now. So he like looking at his phone. Put it back in the glove department. Then he looking at the phone. I'm like, why does nigga keep putting his phone in the glove department, right? So, and we really wasn't together. So you could do what you want to do. Like you really didn't have to hide it, right? And so he was like, I might. He was like, you know, the cat that we had got, because we had got this cat together, but I felt like that nigga turned that cat against me, y'all. I swear he turned the cat against I felt like he turned that cat against me. Anyway, so he was like, yeah, she done had babies or whatever, blah, 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 kittens. So I was just like still on it. I was like, oh, she's so grown. Like me and the cat had like a love-hate relationship or whatever, right? I swear we did. I don't know what it is about me and cats. I don't know, but cats come up to me now. Like they just love me. Like the day I was out working and the cat just came up. I'm like, finna square up with the cat. Anyway, so I was just like, you know, whatever. So anyway, yeah, but I really do need your help and stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I can kind of help you with that. So y'all, why the world one day, why the world, he was like, yeah, and I really do need your help because it's extra cold in there and my light's off. So now I feel like I'm finna be Captain America because I got to go save the kittens and the cat, right? But I was like, you could keep the cat because she just be kind of doing too much a little bit. Like, I don't know what was wrong with that cat. I think the cat was possessed. Anyway, so he was just like, you know what? I don't even want to do that right now though. Like I got some other stuff I gotta go do. I was like, so what you finna go be with such and such? I don't think I ever gave her a name. She don't really need a name, not really relevant. So I was just like, okay, whatever. But you gonna leave the kittens in the cold? He was like, no, like, I ain't gonna leave him in the cold. First thing tomorrow morning, come and see the kittens, all right? He was like, just come and see the kittens. So I was like, okay, cool. So I get back in the car, and I'm like, I wonder, like, who he talking to a little bit. Like, I wonder, like, because it was just like, I needed to know where you be at because you be knowing where I be at. I know that sound crazy, but I was like, in my mind, here I go, one thought, and it just goes crazy in my mind of a woman. Anyway, so I was just like, I wonder where, like, where he be at. Because I had asked him before he had left, like, where you going, like, where you finna be. So I was like, I think I got an idea where he be at, right? I don't know how I got this idea of where he be at, right? But I was just like, let's follow him, right? Because you follow me all the time. Let's just see how that feel, right? So I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit because I knew the way that he went was kind of like the way that it ain't nothing but a couple of places. And you told me that wherever you be at is an apartment, which was this girl's. So I'm like, I feel like I know, I got an idea, Rosie, where she stay at. She was like, for real? I was like, yeah. So she was just like, okay, I don't care. Like, that's one thing about it. Rosie used to be down for whatever, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go kind of look. So first I had went to these townhouses, and I was like, I know she probably don't live in no townhouse, but I was like, I can't really put it past him because I'm like, he always like this way or whatever, right? So it's crazy. I had got like a DoorDash order going to this certain neighborhood. And I was like, I don't know what it was. It was like, it was meant for me to know where he was at. I swear, like, I hate to put it to y'all like that, but I think it was just like meant for me to know where he be at, right? So I got a DoorDash order, and it went to this certain apartment complex, right? And I was like, this crazy that we're going to this apartment complex because this was going to be one of the neighborhoods that I checked, right? And I was like, I'm finna just go around the neighborhood or whatever. Because I was just like, it ain't nothing but a couple of places she could stay if he said he's going back towards this way. Because, like, I would ask kind of questions that kind of make it seem like I'm not really, like, looking for you or whatever. But I'm like, so I was like, where you headed? He was like, yeah, back this way. So I'm like, if he headed back that way, and you said it's not far from here, I kind of put it together that this is where you're going, right? So anyway, I dropped the little order off that I had. I was like, I'm finna kind of look around this neighborhood for him or whatever, because you know where I be at. Why I can't know where you be at? You know, it's just kind of weird that you could do that to me and I can't do it to you, right? So I'm looking around the neighborhood. It seemed like I seen every car like his this night. Like, I was like, oh, that's him right there. I was like, no. Then it's crazy because guess what, y'all? He was in this neighborhood, right? So we finally pull up on this car that looked exactly like his. I was like, that's him, that's the car. So Rosie like, are you sure? I was like, yes, this is the car. This gotta be the car. I was like, it got that little shit on the front just like his car, right? So she was just like, okay. So I was like, I'm gonna get out and go check it first. So I get out and I go check it. I was like, this is the car. I was like, I wonder which apartment is it? This is a shame. I'm sorry. I'm so ashamed. So basically, she was just like, yeah, this is it. So my crazy behind, I was just trying to be just TikTok famous back then, right? So I get on my TikTok and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm putting 10 on 10, and I was lying. I was like, yeah, I just found him cheating. I'm doing all of that, right? I was like, and I can't believe it. I don't know what it was, but he always used to tell me if he was going to move on with somebody else, it wasn't going to be with this person. And the person he was with was the person he told me he wouldn't be with. So I was just like, now I'm going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because you said that. Like, we made a promise. And the vibe, I'm just saying. But anyway, so I'm like, he's definitely with this person. He's definitely with this person. So I'm like, I wanted to like book. Never mind. I ain't even gonna tell that because it's gonna be a little shame, right? So why the world? I'm just. And the thing was, y'all, he would keep lying to me. I don't know why he would keep lying to me, but he kept lying. So that made me. That's part of why I kind of followed him too. In a way, it made me look, because you not mentioning that you're going to go see her. Like, just say that you're going to go see her. Like, this is crazy. Like he would always make an excuse like, oh, I'm going here. Like, I'm not even going over there to her. Like, I'm going to, like, he would just make any excuse to not say that he was just going to her, like, to go spend the night with her. Like, standing there just looking at the car. I'm like, this is his car. I was like, that's crazy. It wasn't hard for me at all to find him. And I didn't even have to follow him, right? So I'm like, I let that go or whatever. And then something was just like, I'm going to just leave or whatever. And when he called me about the cats tomorrow, I'm going to just, I'm still going to play it off like I didn't follow him here. Like, I just don't know he's here, right? So I'm like, I'm sitting out here thinking, I'm sitting at the light right outside the apartments, and I'm just thinking, like, kind of like, shit, I'm like, he just told me, like, he was just like, why are you lying to me if we ain't together? Like, I don't understand why you lying, this and this, but whatever. Just really, he was the mind fuck king. Anyway, so I was just like, I'm sitting at the light, and I'm like, this light is so long, I'm about to pass it, right? So all of a sudden, I see like some other car pull up on Snowflake, and they lights is bright as fuck. So I do a look like this, and then I just get back on the stereo. Then I look up again. Guess who it is? It's DC. So I'm like, I'm kind of nervous. I was like, oh shit. So Rosie like, what? I was like, that is him behind us, girl. And so she was like, no, stop lying. I was like, yes, that's it. I was like, you think he saw us? She was like, I don't know if he saw us or not. I was just like, I just hope he didn't see us like being very stalkerish. Like, you know, like, cause that's, is it a felony? I don't know. I really wasn't stalking him. Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I just was like looking, you know. 911, she's a stalker. Put me on the force. Anyway, so he was like, so I just keep going like I ain't really see him or whatever. So then he was just like, I just get this call on my phone. So I was like, oh my God, this is. I said, hello? It was so funny because it was just like, bitch, like, is this you again in front of me? I was like, huh? What are you talking about? I was like, I was just doing DoorDash. Like, I don't even know what you talk about. Because, like, it used to be a lot of orders for McDonald's at this time, right? And they was going to, like, that particular neighborhood a lot, right? So I was just like, nah, I just did an order or whatever. He was like, oh, for real? He was like, but yeah, I'm finna go home. He was like, I'm finna go home. But he never mentioned anything about the neighborhood or whatever, right? But it's crazy because I still end up posting the video on TikTok. Anywho, I don't have that TikTok anymore. I'm going to look for it. So basically, we end up heading to his house, and I was like, oh, this is great. I could go see the kittens. So I forgot all about that. So we get there, right? So the doggone cat is being weird, and he was like, oh yeah, she need more food and all of this and blah 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 blah. And at this time, like I said, this was one of the times where DC was on his like, and then he would also not have it, but this time he didn't have it. So we was like, so me and Rosie was like, we'll go buy like kitty litter and all of that and food for at least the mama can eat, because the other babies, they were so little, like they were still kind of nursing off her. But it's kind of like, he was like, they acting like they kind of lifeless a little bit. I was like, well, it's cold as hell in here, like, and it stinks so bad. I was like, they don't have anything to eat. I was like, you need to let me take the kittens to my house. Listen, y'all, to this. I said, you need to let me take the kittens to my house so I can nurse these babies back to health. I was like, and you could keep the mama because she really not much of a help. I don't know what it was, but this doggone cat did not know how to be a mama. So I was just like, I had even called the 24-hour vet, and I was telling her, like, asking her questions, and she was just giving me the, thank you, ma'am, because you really was giving me the 411 on what I needed to do. So basically, the lady was just telling me, hey, what you need to do is, she was like, because we was just telling her how the mama was acting like she didn't give a fuck about her kids. So she was just telling us, like, keep them warm, and you're probably going to have to feed them, like, from a bottle or a syringe or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, cool, let me do that. Guess what this dude, DC, gonna say? DC gonna say, nah, I feel like they need to stay here. These are my kittens. Keep in mind, the cat that he had, I was supposed to have that cat. He used to do this thing, like, over me, like he wanted to just control me so bad, so he didn't even let me get the cat. So anyway, so I was just like, you know what, let me take the cat. And he was like, nah, because you trying to leave him, don't take her kids from her, don't take her kids from her. And I'm like, she not even taking care of them. She didn't even care at this point. And so people was like, you probably messed up the scent or whatever, she probably don't want to be around them or whatever. So I'm just like, man, forget all that. Like, she's just not doing what she's supposed to do, right? So He like, no, you're not taking them. So we fighting about the kids. I was like, you don't even have lights in this apartment. It stank. You don't even have food for them. We just bought this food. You might as well just let me just have them or whatever, right? He was like, no, we're not. You're not taking them. You're not taking them. I was like, okay, I'll take her too then. Telling like I would take the mama cat too. He like, okay, but like, either he was making like excuses. Like even when I was making ultimatums that he should have said yes to, he still wasn't. He was like, no, they good here. They good here. Y'all just went and got the food and everything because we had went and got the food. He was like, they should be good here. I was like, one is looking lifeless and the other one's looking like it's just barely finna make it as well. I was like, just let me go take where it's heat. Because it was so cold. Like, this was one of the coldest days in winter. And it was just so cold. So he was just like, no, they're not going nowhere. I was like, I'm finna take them anyway. Because you losing your damn mind. I was like, they're going to die here. And then, like, y'all, do y'all know this man blocked the door and I could not take the kittens? I should have called the police on him. So, because animal cruelty. Hello, police, please get this bitch. Anyway, so we got into an argument about that, y'all. I'm finna be in tears. So Rosie like, I love Rosie for this. She was just like being hypothetical. She was like, so they stay here and they die. Then what? And he was just like, they ain't gonna die. Don't even talk like that. Don't even talk like that. He was trying to act like he had like some type of, you was leaving them to go fuck. So what are you saying? Like I could have done it. Like I was gonna be their mom at this point, right? So anyway, he ended up telling me no. He was like, in the morning, you could come. If they make it by tomorrow, you can get them tomorrow, right? I was like, okay, cool. Y'all, I could not get no sleep that night. I'm thinking about the kittens, blah, 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 all this, right? I had even was about to go get up and just go put, like, at this time, I was not in the apartment I'm in now. I was in another apartment. I was finna go, like, get an incubator with a light, all this, like, stuff for them or whatever, right? He called me the next morning. He was like, they died. I cried tears. I cried so hard. I didn't even like that cat, but them kittens was my babies already. I cried hard tears about that. I was like, it's your fault. It's your fault. You didn't let me get them. He was like, no, don't be mad about it. Don't be mad about it. Where you at? Let me meet you. Let me meet you. I don't like to see you cry. I hate to see you. He would always be like, I hate to see you crying. Bitch. Fuck you. You just really pissed me off, right? So I was just like, no, it's your fault. He was like, I came back, bro, and the fucking kitten's heads was dismembered from the body. And I'm sorry. I was like, leave everything like it is and let me come. So I'm on the phone with Rosie. I'm like, Rosie, this man said the kittens died. He was like, he's trying to say that the mama killed them or whatever, right? Which she probably could have, because she probably was stressed. Because they were so young, y'all. Like, they looked like they were very young. That's all I can say, right? So Rosie like, that don't make sense. I feel like he killed them kittens. Like, this was the thing. Like, this was something, I don't know, maybe an FBI need to come or something, because Rosie had made up in her head that he had did something to them kittens, right? So when he said all that, got tears in my eyes. I was like, who all came to see her? Who all came to see the kids? So he told me the girl who was playing on my phone at the time, she was over there as well. Like, she was the last one. He even put in my mind that she had killed the kittens. I swear, like, he put in my mind that she killed the kittens. So Rosie was like, no, he did it. But how he was explaining was like, she was the last one who seen them alive. He was like, and after that, they was just unalive. So, like, it was just crazy how he tried to blame her with the kittens, y'all. And that was just it with this story time. I just had to tell y'all about how this nigga ain't let me get the kittens. And the kittens died. Like, for the longest, I could not stand DC because I just felt like if you'd have let me take them kittens that one night, I could have saved them. And it just really, it was 3 of them, y'all. And, like, to just know that happened. I don't know if, like, the mama had gotten hungry again. I just don't know. But it just didn't seem right. Like, stuff wasn't right. Because I'm like, she had just ate the night before. She couldn't have been starving. I'm like, I mean, she could have been, like, in a stressful environment. But it was just like, if he would have let me get them kittens, baby, them kittens would have been alive now. They would have been over here. I'm just playing. I saw some cats today in the store, and I kind of had wanted one, but then I was like, they're kind of already so big. They ain't that big, but, you know, yeah. But that's it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all gonna have some more story times, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the post notification bells. Go ahead and subscribe to my other channel and go to my other YouTube, Facebook, all that. Go subscribe. Love y'all, and ain't anything you can do about it.
Times they cover my flaws, I had to brand new type shit. Turn around, joint with the best, like a new type shit.